Hello, sultry sluts, degens and cucks, demons and angels, and everything in between. I'm your host, Dizaster, and welcome to the Degeneration Podcast, episode 45, the podcast for the degenerate generation. Here with me is my charming co-host, Mandato. Say hello.
I have deceived you all. I am not charming.
Yeah, he's actually evil. He's so evil.
Yes.
He's a menace to society.
Hold on. Wait, hold on. Hold the fucking phone. You can be charming and evil. Those aren't mutually exclusive.
So?
I'm very charming.
What are you saying? Nah, he lied again.
I fucking hate you.
Anyway, joining us today, we have our guest, the Bog Witch, the absolute zonked witch, Vivi the Witch, here with us.
I think this is the third time?
Yes. I think. Something like that. Mushroom Witch.
Am I allowed to say hi?
Yes, you are.
No.
Okay, hi.
No, actually,
stay
we'll talk for you now.
You
I
get
wasn't
bullied.
sure if I should unmute now or...
Yeah. You've done this before.
I know.
Yeah. But anyway, so how's everybody doing today? Give me 1 sec, but go ahead.
I'm good. I'm sleepy, but I'm good.
IDCM vibing.
Absolutely sleepy beepy. Oh fuck.
I am a peepo sleepo right now.
People sleep though. God. How are you doing, Mandato?
Little sleeper beeper. I'm like, bro. Like, bro, like, bro. But like, if you really, bro, think about it, bro. For like, bro, a second, bro?
No.
No.
Okay.
Yeah, I've been pretty good. I actually just got my new chair the other day. It was really intense. Let me talk about that for an hour. No, I opened the box and well, okay. I told you guys about this. I opened the box and there were warning labels all fucking over it, right? Talking about, okay, don't touch the reclining back seat like lever until you have the backrest on. I'm like, okay, the first time they warned me. I think after the 6th time they warned me in big bold letters, I think I was kind of over it. I'm like, okay, yeah, I'm holding a bomb. Yep, it's gonna explode. This is where I die. I accidentally touched this lever and everyone dies. Great. Well, I mean, it was like defusing a bomb. Wrong. So yeah, I finally get the backrest on. I'm like, okay, what's this all about? I push the lever and the fucking backrest goes... It fucking yeets itself forward. I'm like, okay. Oh, yeah. I see. Interesting. What would have happened if I touched that before? Who knows?
Broken your hand.
I mean, yeah, basically. Probably.
Epic Gamer style.
Anyway, anything new with you guys? Anything interesting happen recently?
Getting my mom to watch Arcane tomorrow.
Sick.
Because
I watched a little bit of Arcane.
She did too much today.
You watched a little bit of Arcane?
I watched like one scene from Arcane.
Oh.
Hey, yo, fucking bitching.
One scene. Is that like the beginning scene, or did you just see a clip?
Okay, so basically my fiance was watching it, and I had walked into the room, and it was like the end of an episode, and it was a really intense scene.
Which?
Okay, I don't know the names of the characters. I know there's a blue-haired girl, and then there's Vi, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so the blue-haired girl, she was in an alley, and there was an explosion, and this little girl is like crying in the alley, and then Vi is like, I don't want to be your sister anymore.
Oh, fuck. Okay, so that is like that's the end of yeah. That's the end of the 3rd episode. Okay.
Yeah, so that's all I thought.
You need to watch it.
I know. Shrek is watching it, and he says it's so good.
Don't give her
any
context.
It is really good. There is no context.
Yeah, I have
There is
zero
no
context to that scene.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
no.
good.
That yeah. Yeah.
It's a very emotional
insanity.
scene, so it's better when it's not spoiled.
Yeah. I God, Mandato could go over this all day, but it is one of the greatest shows to come out in this like generation.
Oh, am I allowed to talk about Arcane?
Not very long. Please don't go on an entire hour tangent about it like last time I told you to talk about Arcane.
Okay, then I won't talk about it.
He literally talked about the main character Powder for an entire hour.
Oh my god.
It wasn't that long.
Come on, it was close. It was at least half an hour.
That long. It wasn't that long.
It was definitely
You're
that long.
overreacting.
Oh yeah, no, it was definitely that long.
You're being a bitch.
I'm not being a bitch. Anyways, so anything happening in your life, Mandato?
Vibe.
Just vibing, really? Nothing too crazy. Crazy ways.
I just got fine. If you must know, I just got a paper back from my professor, my history professor, saying that everything that I did was absolutely perfect, but he saw a few grammatical mistakes, so he took off 1 point out of the 20 for my final paper, and he said besides that, it was a joy to read. Yeah, that's about all I did today. I mean, besides that, I went into work, got food.
Excellent, sick. God, speaking of classes, I finally started taking classes on Skillshare.
Oh.
And I realized how fucking fidgety I am. After not taking classes for like 2 years, I realized I am so fucking fidgety. I did not know. Because I was like, yeah, this is the thing I want to do. And I'm super interested in it. And then I start the class and I'm like, I have to have something in my hand or I'm going to lose my mind. Like I have a bunch of like fidget stuff on my desk. Like I have this butterfly knife. I have this
butterfly knives are fidget objects, obviously.
Well,
the normal ones.
The one I have here is, it's like a trainer.
Mm-hmm.
But I have this like, it's like a roll of money, but it's foam. You can squish it. I have a little gamepad thing. I have some dice. I have a bunch of different things. But I don't know. I realized how fidgety I am. But yeah, so I took a breathing class like for singing.
Oh, I was about to say Hamon. What? Breathing course? Breathing? What?
No. Yeah, I took a breathing class for singing, and yeah, it went pretty well. It wasn't too long. It was like half an hour. I took it on Skillshare. I'm not sponsored by Skillshare, but I kind of wish I was. Yeah, it was pretty easy to pick a class and stuff.
Cool.
So yeah.
You do sure sound like you're sponsored by Skillshare.
I fucking wish I was. I've actually had Skillshare for a while. I just haven't taken any classes on it because, you know.
I do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But anyway, so let's get into the first topic. So we have a main topic and we have a little subtopic I'm gonna bring out here just to warm us up, get us talking about stuff. And what better than to talk about food? So I know Vivi definitely has some experiences with this, but let's talk about restaurant experiences. Just interesting experiences that you've had at a restaurant. All right.
Okay.
So start talking about that. I'm gonna go first, but let's see. What do I? I think I had a topic for this, but let me think here. I think an interesting one was I'm thinking, does it specifically have to be a restaurant? Because I do have two short ones. I always talk about the first one that'll go over.
Bro, you're the one who brought up the fuck. Does it have to be?
What?
I said you're the one who brought up the fucking topic. Does it have to be a restaurant?
Give me
you're
a
the
sec.
one who brought it up.
I'm thinking about it. Okay, no, it doesn't specifically have to be a restaurant, but I'd rather it be a restaurant. Okay, so the first time I went to Mexico. Not the first time I went to Mexico. I think it was like the third time I went to Mexico. But the first time I went to like actually like Querétaro and Pachuca and like somewhere that wasn't Cancun, basically. Somewhere that wasn't, oh, we're staying at a 5-star hotel, this and that, blah blah blah.
Blah 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 blah. 5-star hotel casually. Blah 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 blah.
Look,
as every American should stay in a 5-star hotel.
Look, hear me out.
American.
Look.
Phoebe, how many times
listen
in a 5-star hotel in the past month?
Listen.
A lot.
Listen.
Yeah, because I'm like up to 3.
Listen. You're not listening. Listen. Okay, so we were staying at some family's homes in I think it was Querétaro, and it was a pretty rundown area of Mexico, as most of Mexico is, old third world country and all, but basically, it was the time
considered like second world.
Sure, but it was the time I had proper Mexican bread, like properly baked, freshly baked, like, and I was like, man, this is really good. Like this is awesome. Like they had the bolis, which are like that's what we call them, but basically they're like little kind of croissant shaped, but they're not croissants, they're more like buns. Yeah, they were really flaky and crispy, and they were real nice. Like, better than anything I've ever had here in America. But, yeah, I went next door, because apparently they baked it next door. I walked over across the road, because it was kind of like a little cul-de-sac kind of area. It wasn't exactly a road, but it wasn't exactly non-road either. And we walked over there. And we walked directly into this dude's house, because that's just how the culture is. And his entire house is filled with food, like bakery items. Whoa. Mind you, this is this dude's house. And we just see him. Half of his house is an oven. Is an actual fucking oven that he's baking bakery goods in.
Huh.
And so we got some donuts, and they were like freshly glazed and everything, and it was fucking awesome. But yeah. Yeah. I forgot what I was gonna say after that, but yeah. So that was a good experience. Now onto you guys. It can be a really good experience or a really bad experience that you've had with getting food somewhere. Yeah.
Only one of those two.
And whoever wants to take the floor next.
I guess I can go. I have a really, really good experience, a really cool experience. When I lived close to New York City, I used to travel into Manhattan a lot. And there was a time where I was going to see a Broadway show with a friend, and we were hungry, so we were looking for a restaurant on Broadway, so we didn't have to walk too far away from the theater. And we came across a sign that said Jekyll and Hyde Club. And we look at this sign, and there's a man standing out front wearing like a Victorian-style coat and like a top hat, and he looked like, I don't know, very regal.
Okay.
And this guy sees us looking at the sign, and he starts speaking to us, and he's like, "Oh, young ladies, would you care to step into this phone booth, would you, for a surprise?" And we're like, what the fuck is going on? We're gonna die here before our fucking show. This is a bit ridiculous.
What the fuck?
So we step into this phone booth, and we are supposed to knock on the back of the phone booth.
What?
And so we knock on the phone booth, and all of a sudden the wall disappears, and we are surrounded by mirrors in a small room.
What the fuck?
As you do. Naturally.
Did you get transported to some magical world? Did you go back home? What happened?
And suddenly, like, strobe lights come on, and this voice is echoing out of, nowhere, telling us that we have to escape this room, and we look up, and there's spikes on the ceiling that are lowering onto us. Like
actual spikes?
No, they're fake.
Okay. I was like, wait a second. You just got stuck in a saw trap? Like, what the hell?
We didn't fucking know.
What?
So all of a sudden, the wall to the right disappears, and we're able to get into this other room where there's a bunch of other people, like other tourists and people from the city are standing in this room where there's an animatronic old man who kind of looks like Winston Churchill, but is not Winston Churchill. He just kind of looks like Winston Churchill. And the room is like... It's
I'm sorry, this sounds like a fever dream.
Yeah,
no, I swear to you, I have pictures. I'm gonna send you guys pictures. I'm gonna send you guys pictures. There's this animatronic, and we have to make a blood oath to enter the restaurant called Jekyll and Hyde Club. And so we hold up our hands and we make a blood oath, and we are led into this restaurant that is full of there's an elephant head on the wall that talks. There's a pharaoh head on the wall that moves. There's a stage with Frankenstein's monster, with a casket and Frankenstein's monster. And it's this beautiful restaurant that serves Asian American fusion food. And it became my favorite place in the entire world. And I'm sending a picture in the Degeneration podcast chat. I'm sending a picture in the Degeneration podcast chat.
Oh my god, that's so pretty, actually.
It is beautiful. I'm gonna send another picture. There's a bunch of skeletons in this picture with a statue.
What the fuck?
It's very wacky, wonky.
You walked into fucking Dr. Facilier's shop. Like, what the fuck?
And there's people walking around in costume. There's a man wearing a top hat and goggles, and he's from a different world, and he's lost, and you have to help him, and it's so fucking cool. I went there probably 10 times. For every single special occasion, they said, "Vivi, where do you want to go?" And I said, "Jekyll and Hyde Club." And every single time, it was amazing.
Oh my god. Okay, but what about the food?
Food was incredible.
So what I'm hearing here is that this is just effectively like the Magic Time Machine for adults.
Yes.
Okay.
It's amazing. The food is amazing. The drinks are amazing. I've had pretty much everything on the menu. My favorite thing they have is like an ahi tuna burger, which is like a really fat piece of ahi tuna that's seared on each side and paired with like sriracha mayo, and it's like super tasty.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, but I've been there about 1 million times. The best experience I've ever had. It's just super cool. It's a different experience every time you go there.
Oh, damn. Fuck.
Yeah. It's super cool.
Jesus Christ.
Unfortunately, the restaurant is no longer there, so I can never go back. Yep, they closed down a couple of years ago, I heard. I was very upset about it.
Damn, that sucks.
But yeah, that is probably the coolest place.
Or
I think they closed before the pandemic. I think they closed a couple years before the pandemic.
They saw a premonition. they like had like a terror rating or some shit. They're like, you need to close now. It's like, okay.
Yeah, right?
Shit. They saw an oracle. God.
Yeah, it's so cool. Like all the animatronics on the wall, they talk and they actually talk to you live. So they'll be like, "What's your name? What's your name?" And you'll be like, "Oh, my name is Phoebe." And they're like, "Phoebe, what are you eating?" And they'll start talking to you.
The fuck?
It's incredible. It was such a production. Like I appreciated it so much being
That
like a
sounds
theater
so
kid.
wild.
It felt like a fever dream, but it was real. And the bathrooms were hidden. You couldn't ask where the bathrooms were. You just had to find them.
Oh my god.
Like you couldn't ask the staff or anything. They wouldn't tell you. It was behind a secret wall.
Okay. Great. me having to take a shit. Where's the bathroom? Dude, I don't know.
Vivi just laughing in the corner. I know where the
Giggling
bathroom
like
is.
a goblin. Like a Ray Zero style. I know where the library is. I can find the library.
50 times. I know where it is. You don't.
I know
You
where
must
it
find
is.
it.
I wonder what they turned that building into.
I wonder too.
God.
But yeah, that's my experience.
Jesus Christ. That is a fucking wild trip.
Isn't that insane?
Yeah. God. And before Mandato goes, I do want to, because I remembered what I was going to say after what my original reason for this topic, bringing up this topic was. And I'm going to say that now. I'll be very brief. So, Mandato, you can go very soon. So, this was the first time me and my mom got Thai food in Chicago. We found this really locally run Thai place, and we went in there just to check it out, see how it was, because we really like Thai food. We like how it's prepared. We like the culture around it, stuff like that. So we entered there, and it's run by, now we know, this American guy and this Thai woman. And so the first time we went there, I think they were pretty new, but they had the best Thai food we had ever had.
Ooh.
Like, I'm pretty sure she was actually from Thailand, but like it was really good. Their proportion sizes were incredible. Like, it was amazing. So we were like, okay, we're coming here all the fucking time. And so that was the plan, right? So a few weeks later, we're like, you know what? We want to go out to get some food. Let's go back to that Thai place. So we head back there. Meanwhile, the first time we went there, they didn't have anyone there. We were the only customers. And so this time they had, I think, one other group of people there. So it was like maybe 5 of us in the restaurant. And we go in there. And let's just say it wasn't exactly a repeat experience. We got pretty much the same food. The proportions were way smaller. The food was shit. Like, the food was fucking awful. And halfway into our meal, we quickly figured out why. Apparently, during the entire food service, this guy and his wife were arguing.
Oh no.
and so like at the end half of our meal, we could hear them fucking yelling at each other.
Oh no.
It was such a letdown experience. It was like, okay, we're so excited. We're going back to this place. This is our place. This is the best place. We go there. It's like, oh no. This is in shambles. I think we actually ended up having like a full conversation with the dude last time. And so this time was just like, oh no, poor fucking dude. Poor relationship. Poor you guys. Damn, that sucks. But no, yeah. So, Mandato, would you like to go? Take the floor.
Sure. Okay, so both of my moms are foodies.
You want to explain what you mean by that?
Which part about that?
Both of my moms.
Oh, right. Okay. So, I'm not adopted. I have a there's this older woman. Not actually older. Like older. She's 27 right now. But she was my previous manager at a job. I worked with her for 2.5 years, and I got to know her so well, and literally hung out with her like so often outside of work, even after she left, and continued to do so, that I just call her mom. That's it.
All right.
I mean, it's not much more complicated.
Yeah. Just people would have taken that out of context, you know.
Yeah, it's we're closer than friends, but I could never see her as a romantic partner, so I just call her mom.
All right.
She's just a really close person to me. Whatever. Okay, so and then my other mom, that's like my biological mother, that's like my real mom.
Mm-hmm.
Are foodies. Unfortunately, Jess, the other one, the one that isn't my real mom, doesn't know how to cook really well, but my mom knows how to cook. Whatever. Point being that they both like got me really into trying a ton of different shit, like a wide variety of things, right, from a lot of different places and cultures, which has nothing to do with this. I want to say that this story starts with my friend group. That being Austin, Adam, Michael, Andy, and Walker. Of people that I talk to and also see in real life a lot.
The Grinlock.
I'm sorry, Noel. Anyway, after a D&D session, we were looking for a place to go. And so when we were driving around like this small area that has like a ton of different normal restaurants, and then we see like a sign that like in kind of oldish letters, like aging letters, says Thai Spice. There are no windows. There's a door. It's like a metal door. There's just nothing else there. So then we open the door. And we see a scene that's very similar to actually what you posted, Vivi, but without any of like the exotic memorabilia. It was also a Thai place, but it's just like really well furnished and lavish and whatever, and it's very well lit. Or rather, light. I think was done really well because like it's a similar level as to the thing you posted. So that was also where my friends lost their mind about milk, but that's a different story. Point being,
I
like,
would ask
this Thai restaurant that was actually absolutely delicious and amazing, called Thai Spice, has the most fucking ominous entrance of any restaurant I've seen in my life. It has no windows. It just has a sign and a door.
It looks
and
like
it's concrete. Besides that, it's not brick; it's concrete.
It looks like a place for a different type of business.
Yeah, exactly. And then you go in, and it's like kind of lavish, leather, nicely lit. They serve like fucking $30 duck. Like, they're great, but like, what the fuck is that entrance? Anyway, I don't have a lot of food stories because like I eat a ton of food, and so I don't go to like, I don't know. I've never been to like an absolutely bonkers crazy restaurant.
God, next
before.
time we actually hang out IRL, we need to just like go and just experience bullshit.
Well, no, I've been to like authentic Mexican restaurants. I've been to authentic Thai restaurants.
No, I mean we need to just
like
go into the middle of the city and just experience bullshit, because Dallas is wild.
Oh, you mean Dallas? Yeah, that's
Yeah.
fair. Because I was about to say Plano's kind of tame.
Yeah, Plano's pretty chill. But no, you just need to experience a bunch of random bullshit.
I ended it short because we have to get on to our topic.
Yeah, we do. I spent a little too much time talking about my topics. But anyway, so we're going to be getting into the main topic of today's podcast, our favorite characters of all time in media.
Yay.
Yeah. So I'm sure you've all got your characters. We haven't discussed any of them, so all of these are going to be hopefully a little bit of a surprise. I know my 3, you could probably just guess all of them just by throwing it out there.
Very easily.
The only surprise that I will say for people here is that none of them are League of Legends characters.
I'm shook.
Oh no, I'm shooketh.
I'm shook by this news.
As much as I love certain
League of Legends, about Pike.
I'm
kidding.
As much as I love certain League of Legends players, you know, Teemo, Aatrox, Veigar, they're not. None of them are better. What's his face to Yorick, but none of them beat out my top 3.
Well, I think it's really hard for a league champ to do it. I think that there are very few league champs that do it, but all of those champs are in Arcane. So
I think the only one that got close was Yorick, just because he has such a really good backstory and lore.
I think if we were actually going to talk about this extensively and include characters from Arcane, I could talk about Jinx or Victor from Arcane.
Oh yeah, I mean Victor was close too. Victor was definitely close to beating out my top 3, but we'll start this. So I'll go first. I'll name my first one, which is my 3rd spot, and we'll go from there. And I will assume you guys are doing the same, unless you want to open with the banger, which more power to you. My first one is Oi Toto from Jujutsu Kaisen.
Whoa, who would have guessed?
Who would have guessed?
Me. It's not me. I didn't guess.
Would you not have guessed?
No, I would have.
Oh, okay. Well, yeah, Oi Toto.
You quote him a lot.
Everyone knows Oi Toto. If you've seen Jujutsu Kaisen, he's a very prominent main character in the back half of Jujutsu Kaisen, the first season. He's the clap dude, the big dude who's absolutely obsessed with his idol. And everyone fucking hates him. Why?
Yeah.
I don't know. He's kind of overbearing, I guess. He's an overbearing dude. He's better at his job than anyone else there. He's just actually really intelligent. He's just kind of an asshole sometimes. So, yeah. And his theme song, which I have all the themes for all the characters. I'm not going to play them on stream just so I don't get DMCA'd. But
also boobies.
What do you say?
Oh, also boobies.
What do you mean?
No? Okay.
For Oi Toto? No. Nah, Oi Toto's an ass, man.
Okay.
Yeah.
Whatever.
He likes a tall woman with a nice ass. And I can respect that.
Oh, right.
He's got his priorities straight.
I forgot about that.
He also is actually extremely intelligent and can break down a person's character entirely based on that question. What kind of woman they like. Or men. He doesn't judge. That is another thing. He doesn't judge. However, he does judge a lot on other things. And if you're a boring person, he fucking kills you. Though, to be fair, if you're a not boring person, he also kills you. So, yeah, pick your poison. But yeah, that is my first character. And I strive to have his build, because that man's build is godlike. But anyway, who shall take the floor next?
You want to go Mandato or
either one? Either or.
I'll go.
Okay.
All right, so we're starting with our 3rd one?
Yes, if you want to.
All right. Hank Hill from King of the Hill.
Holy fuck, you're actually... Okay.
Hank Hill
right. From King of the Hill.
I never would have guessed this in a million years.
I mean, if I really thought about it, I probably would have guessed it because you talk about King of the Hill a bit.
I do
time your
talk about
favorite of
King of the
anything comes
Hill
up.
a lot. It's my comfort show. It's the show I watch to fall asleep every night. I've seen all 13 seasons, like over 10 times each. I know like every episode of this show. So I chose Hank Hill from King of the Hill. He's basically the main character in this show called King of the Hill, where he has a loving family, a wife, and a son. His wife is named Peggy. His son is kind of weird. His name's Bobby.
Damn it, Bobby.
Damn it, Bob.
That boy ain't right. If you've ever heard the joke, propane and propane accessories, this is where it comes from. Hank Hill is ever responsible, hardworking, loyal, disciplined, and he's also an honest propane and propane accessory salesman. He is the assistant manager of Strickland Propane and has been for over 20 years, and he's very proud of that. I love him because he's just this blunt, kind of naive in a way. Just absolutely hilarious. He's basically the runner of all of his friends. He tries to keep them all in line. And a lot of people tell me I have that same quality where I'm kind of the showrunner of my friends and I try to keep them all in line and, keep them happy and make sure they're not doing anything stupid.
You are the king of the hill.
I am the king of the hill.
Do I look like I know what a JPEG is?
Do I look like... Exactly. Like, he's kind of not connected to, like, pop culture, which is what I really like about him, because I am also not connected to pop culture except for VTubers.
Yeah.
Like, I don't find myself following a lot of shows. Oh my god, shut the fuck up.
So what you're trying to say, Vivi, is that you are a boomer and you are way older than you actually are.
Yeah, basically. I'm Hank Hill.
That's pretty epic.
What is the King of the Hill? Like, where does that name come from?
So the name comes from the fact that their last name is Hill, and also the children's game King of the Hill. Where you have to be top of the tower.
Yeah, but what does that have to do with the
actual show?
I don't know what it has to do with the actual show, but that's what the Wikipedia said.
Well, okay.
Why is he the king?
I don't know why
he's a guy.
Because I don't know. He also likes beer, and I also like beer.
Relatable
content. And then I do have the theme song to the show. You obviously cannot play it on stream. I'll just post a link to it in the Degeneration podcast. And I also have a very funny clip of Hank Hill accidentally smoking weed.
Oh my god.
And it's very funny.
That thumbnail says it all. Oh my god. He looks so lopsided.
It's very funny.
That boy ain't right.
That boy ain't right. But yeah, so there's my number 3 is Hank Hill.
Alright.
Anyway, it is now Mandato's turn. Go with your first one.
Alright, I guess I'll start from 3. How many of you are familiar with BioShock?
Oh!
Yes, extremely.
Let's talk about Booker for a second.
I don't remember anything from the game.
Booker!
Booker DeWitt is the protagonist of BioShock Infinite.
Oh, never mind. Never mind. That's where my data ends.
Oh god.
Oh.
No, but he's the PI, or a PI rather, private investigator, and God, where should I start? Do I start from the beginning or the beginning?
Oh god.
Yeah,
like hold on. The beginning or beginning?
The beginning of Infinite, please. I don't want you to explain
beginning of
all
Infinite
of the
or
games.
No. I'm not explaining any of the. It's a weird story. Fuck.
You're not here to explain BioShock. You're here to explain the character, please.
The problem is the character is the entire story. Okay. Let's just start from the beginning.
Oh god.
All right. So Booker is a young fella, I guess. Bart Smella. And funny thing, right? His child is stolen from him. So that's pretty cool. Through a portal to another dimension. So then he's a little dejected for a while, right? But then he gets an offer from these twins. Bring us the girl and wipe away the debt or whatever. More specifically, it's... Fuck, how do I explain this? Okay, whatever. You know what? Basically, he massacred a bunch of people. When he was actually, Yeah, fine. We'll start from the beginning. He massacred a bunch of people when in a war, basically, right? The war, of course, being the part of the, Wounded Knee. If any of you know what the Wounded Knee Massacre is, it's the massacre of a ton of different Native Americans, all of which who were, literally none of which, or almost none of which, were actually combatants. It was slaughter. So then he was reprimanded, right? He got into drinking, got into gambling, and then he had to give away his daughter for his debt, right? Fraught with guilt, he took a baptism. And then he became a private investigator. And he wanted to go get his daughter back, right? And as he was attempting to take her back...
What just happened?
Whatever, shut up. As he was attempting to take her back, she was tossed into a different fucking portal. Through the universe. Well, a different universe. And then he's like, well, now I'm depressed. And so, yeah, he literally is just super fucking depressed. He brands his right hand with the initials AD, whatever. Then, another... those same two people who were initially offered to wipe away his debt arrived again. We have a deal that you can't refuse. How about you come through here, bring us another girl, and we will give you your girl back and wipe away your debt. So, Booker goes to Columbia, a sky island. Kills a bunch of people, meets a person named Elizabeth. Point being, the reason why Booker is so interesting is because if Booker... Long story short, Booker is one of two characters. He is either Comstock or he is Songbird. Inevitably. Those are the only two ends for him. So, Booker, at the very end of his story, or at the beginning / end of his story, right? He decides to take another baptism and truly become Christian. He becomes the main villain, Comstock, steals his own daughter from another universe, and tries to raise her and creates Columbia. If he decides to not do that and become a private investigator, he will eventually be killed in battle, or pseudo-killed, right? And then infused into a giant fucking bird called Songbird, and used as a vessel to protect his own daughter because of his fatherly instincts. So, in an infinite number of universes, these are the two ends that are most prominent. And since that technically means there are infinite Comstocks, he is eventually killed by his daughter, who kills all of him at once.
Holy shit.
Yeah, it's hard to explain that, right?
It's definitely kind of what I thought BioShock Infinite was, which is a big depart from the original BioShock series.
Yeah, it's a bit of a depart.
Everyone do a posture check. Thank you.
The next character is about
wait.
as complicated, but it's way easier to explain.
Okay,
So,
yeah. We're gonna rotate. But yeah.
Yeah.
Got it, yeah. Is V dead? I don't know who V is.
V, the
We
info
talking about
dealer?
Devil May Cry 5?
Oh.
Oh?
I don't know.
Hold on, wait.
Something
Are we
about
talking
I'm
about
not dead.
V
V?
pre or post Dante?
I don't know. Nope. Yeah. He meant Vivi. Okay. Sniper Panda meant baby. Okay. Anyways, so yeah, I never really got into BioShock Infinite just because like I was like, yeah, it's not the BioShock, it's not the original BioShock. I was really
It's not the BioShock I
stiff
know.
about that. It's
I'm
not
a
the
little
BioShock.
bitch.
It's not the
Well,
BioShock
see?
I grew up with. I grew up with 1 and 2, so.
Right.
With 1 and 2, I
You're a
meant I
fucking
grew up
bitch.
watching 1 and 2 because I watched my cousins play it all the time.
Okay.
But yeah. I really like 1 and 2. Infinite was never really my thing. But everyone's like, it's the
Next
best one. I'm
character.
like, you know. Next
Mhm.
character. Alright, so this will be round 2 of our favorite characters of all time. And who better? You could probably guess who it is. The big man. The man himself, Potemkin from Guilty Gear.
Yeah.
One of my favorite characters of all time. He was actually
Society.
in the running for the top #1 spot. However, the next character completely blows him out of the water, and I don't think anyone could guess who that is. I don't think anyone could guess that. But anyway, Potemkin. You guys, if you don't know who Potemkin is, where you been? Where you been, huh?
He big boy.
He's the big guy. He's from Guilty Gear. He's the big guy. He's your grappler. He's the grappler of the game. He can't run. He literally launches himself at opponents to smash them into the ground. But everyone thinks there's not much character to Potemkin. He's just the big guy who throws people and fucking destroys you. But no. I'll be talking more about his more recent ones because there's less to talk about and more like internally to talk about. Because Guilty Gear Sign, Rev, and Strive is the last 3 games, and that's who I'll be talking about. This is Potemkin after. Oh my god. I'm not going to shout it too loud because people are sleeping, but the Heavenly Potemkin Buster! Is that. But, yeah. So this is after everything happens. He's with, Zet, I think it's called. I don't know. He's with that Z group. But basically, he was like a prisoner. He was using it as an experiment, which made him basically a super weapon and super buff. And he started an uprising. He's actually extremely intelligent. He led an entire revolution. Yeah. He led an entire revolution by under himself. And now he works for this guy he simply calls the president, which is the president of Zet, I think it is. I don't know. But basically, yeah.
Say hello, Potemkin.
Are you posting it in Degeneration Podcast chat? Yeah, the big guy. That's his Strive look.
Say hello.
Over the 3 games, he slowly like builds himself up as he starts to question the things he's done in the past. Before, he was just kind of doing it out of bloodlust, and now he's slowly gaining his sense of self in these past 3 games. He actually fights basically the world-ending threat. He goes by himself. He is so powerful that the story of Guilty Gear had to take him out of it just so he wouldn't ruin it. Like, there's this guy called Bedman who is basically Freddy Krueger, and he basically keeps him in an eternal fight for 3 days, so that he can't stop the world-ending threat in Sign.
Yes.
Yeah, basically. But
no, Hot Wind Blowing, like the song.
Oh, okay. But yeah, so he then gets
You should
out.
listen to that.
He fights the main antagonist, which is Remlethal in Sign. They reach a stalemate for the second time in Sign, and I mean, Potemkin technically beats her, but she's like, it's too late. The plan's already in motion. I'm just a pawn. Blah blah blah. And so he returns back to the president. He's all sad and shit. He's like, fuck, I didn't save the world. Like, all these people had to die, this and that. He's like, even so far, he gets so like side charactered, but he's still like a main character in his own right. But then he goes back to the president. He's like, oh, I'm all sad and shit. Maybe I'm just worthless. Am I really like this big like bad knight dude? Am I really like worth anything? And the president's like, no, dude, you gotta look within yourself. The real fight is within you. He's like, huh, maybe you're right, man. And so in Strive, that's him. He's like sort of calmed down, and he's trying to figure himself out, which in comes his theme that explains a lot about it, called Armor-Clad Faith, which is also known as Society. The song goes over his what's it called? It goes over the things he didn't like about his world and how his world has shaped who he is, but it goes over the things he didn't like about the like society that he tore down with his revolution, and that he remade essentially. And then the second half of the song is him wondering if everything he did was really correct, and him breaking it down in himself. Like, he's saying, I'm a fool and I don't know anything, and he's wondering if that's really true, if he really didn't know anything this whole time.
I'd like to read the lyrics off of Hot Wind Blowing really quickly. I don't know what I've been told, but the wishes of the people can't be controlled. Heat of the desert, dust settles on my face without a compass. The soldier knows no disgrace. Out of the ashes, the eagle rises still. Freedom is calling to all men who bend their will. Here I am, dirty and faceless, waiting to heed your instructions. On my own invisible warrior, I am a wind of destruction.
That's essentially Potemkin, yeah. But yeah. So that is Potemkin. And yeah, he's really fun in Strive too. He's just really fun to play.
Also, it's a little hard to take him seriously sometimes when in the Heavenly Potemkin Buster he gets a little flag.
Yeah. But he literally sends you to heaven so that he can smash you into the earth. It's awesome. God. He actually, in his Rev 2, you know the instant kills in the game? He would like smash your head through the ground and you come out the other side of the earth. It was fucking hilarious.
Sad. All right, Vivi round.
Anyway, yep. Vivi,
next,
you have the floor.
Okay, number 2 character is Red from Transistor.
Fucking really?
Honestly,
right.
I saw this coming, but I'm still surprised. Like, oh my god, Red is great.
Fair.
Go ahead.
I'm not gonna argue that.
Take the floor, please.
Red is featured in the Supergiant Games title Transistor, released in 2014. She is a woman who lost her voice at the hands of a criminal organization who was trying to kill her and also steal her voice. During the assassination attempt, she was protected by an unnamed unknown man, whose soul was then trapped inside the transistor, which is a teal, green, blue sword with a big red circle on it. It's a big sword too. It comes out.
Sword.
It's essentially a sword made out of a circuit board.
Yes, that's a good way to describe it. That's exactly what it looked like. Yeah. So Red awakens from this assassination attempt to find the transistor, and she utilizes it to fight the Process, which is a legion of semi-autonomous robots that are killing the citizens of Cloudbank. Transistor is my favorite game of all time. I've played it so many times. I've played it so many times. I've watched my friends play it. I watched Dizaster play it, and I get excited when my friends play it because I want them to experience the joy and the emotion I feel when I play that game.
God, it's such a good game.
It's such
an amazing
a good game.
I actually waited. When I first started streaming, I wanted to stream it, but I actually waited because I wanted to have like more people watch me play it, just because I knew it was such a great game. Also, Vibe Thief asks, or aka Walker, asks, have you played Pyre?
That's one of the titles I have not played by Supergiant Games. It's on my wish list on Steam.
There are only 4 games by Supergiant.
I know, and I have played 2 of them. I haven't played the other 2.
Mm-hmm.
I haven't played Bastion or Pyre. I've played Transistor and I've played Hades. But yes.
That reminds me, I don't think I'm friended for Steam.
What's your username on Steam?
It's not DLC.
Okay. All one word?
No.
2 words?
2 words.
Okay. All right, I'll add you. But the reason I love Red is because throughout the game, we don't hear her actually speak until the end. We only hear her sing in the game, which is just amazing to me because the woman who does the singing for her name is Ashley Barrett. She's featured in the other Supergiant Games titles as well. But her voice is incredible.
Yeah.
And it rattles your fucking bones.
God, I think the first scene I saw with her, like, because it, like, slowly zooms into her and she's singing, oh my god, that scene is so powerful.
Right? It's just so... It's so powerful, and you just feel emotion, and, like, you feel it when she takes the transistor out of this guy's body. You just, like, feel it, and it's just so beautiful, and I just think she's such a beautifully designed character. I think she's so unique because we don't get to hear her speak until the very end. It's just, she's incredible. She's strong, she's beautiful, she's voiced by an incredibly talented artist, and she's just a really cool character. One of my favorites.
Honestly, sure. I completely agree. Jesus Christ.
That's a fair assessment.
I think if I grew up playing Transistor, I probably would have her as like one of my top 3.
Yeah, I mean, I have a big poster of her. I have a little figurine of her.
I want a poster of her.
My girl.
All the art from that game is so pretty.
Oh, it's so gorgeous, right? And just like even the background music, even the music without vocals in it is just so good. The composer Darren Korb is just incredible. So yeah, Red from Transistor is my number 2.
Well, gotcha. Yeah. God damn, I can see why. Anyway, Mandato, you seemed like you wanted the floor, so let's roll right into you.
Just fuck you. I just like this goddamn song.
You want to sing while people are talking, discussing
your
favorite
bitch.
things.
Holy fuck.
You have the floor, sir.
Alright, let's talk about Cole. Alright, so there's this character, right? As, you know, everyone else is talking about it. His name is Cole Vaughn, and he is the protagonist of Deathloop. Now, the best way that I could describe Deathloop is, from his perspective, you wake up on a beach, you see voices appear, and hear it in your head, just voices appear, like, along whenever you're walking, like, just on surfaces. It's just lettering that disappears whenever you look away. And it's sort of like an internalized voice trying to guide you. It tells you to take a gun. It tells you to take a machine, to not trust the person who just called you on that machine. And it tells you that you need to take down, on this hit list, all of these people. Now, we later learn that Cole is named the Captain, nicknamed the Captain, because he was formerly the leader of this project. What's the name of the project?
Is it kind of like a Hotline Miami?
Colt. Sorry, his name is Colt.
You just get these
Cole.
These assignments from this mysterious internal dialogue.
Not really, because it is internal, but it is you. And at the end, this internal dialogue gives suggestions. It no longer gives orders. But yeah. So Cole was part of the Operation Horizon, aka the Aeon program, which heralded by another person named Frank Spicer, as well as Igor Sterling, and a few other people who are like these genius visionaries, right? Create a fucking loop in time. They create a loop of eternal time. Mostly because everything is going to shit, right? Mm-hmm. But also because they're just, researching, and they decide, you know what, let's create a pocket of the universe to see what happens. It turns on, and then something really, really funny happens. And I'm talking really funny.
Okay.
Only 2 people realize that they're in the loop, which is Colt and
who?
Colt's daughter, Juliana.
Okay.
And all of these people continue living their day-to-day life the first day that they activated the loop endlessly. And they don't realize that they aren't remembering about the loop. So, after years of waking up on a Black Reef beach, Colt realizes that, he's trapped in, originally, after a few years of training his daughter, when she's young, by killing her over and over again until she, gets strong, because he's depressed over his wife, he decides to break out of the loop, selfishly, just leave. His daughter grows up. Everyone else doesn't. So he returns without his memories. Mostly because that's just what it took to return to the loop. And so he realizes to break the loop, or rather his former self is telling him, to break the loop, you have to kill every single fucking visionary, all in a single... in a single day, which are all surrounded by a ton of people, right? So the goal of the game is to find a way to get all of these people and kill them. It's effectively, you spend 20 hours attempting to figure out how to James Bond this shit and do it all in one day.
Like like boss rushing.
Right, exactly. Running. But the thing that makes this interesting is that we start out with no information, yet within the first 25 minutes, you jump off a cliff because your voice told you to, and that's the only escape, and you're caught by yourself. Another version of yourself. Who then proceeds to die. But point being, then the mystery starts, whatever. I like Colt's character because, yeah, he's totally an asshole, but these different versions of himself that will show up now and again throughout the game often have very different opinions of him, often are trying to tell him to do other stuff than he's currently doing, meaning that the actual cult that we see and that we play as is only one of millions of times that he's tried to break the loop. Of millions of different lifetimes. It's only the one in which he finally does that's like the, I guess you could call the true one or whatever. Gotcha. But at the very end, you get to decide whether or not to break the loop or just to keep playing this game.
Well, all right then.
But yeah, you're killing all of your friends.
Jesus Christ.
Can escape with them.
You have to you have to kill them to help them escape, or just to end the loop in general?
To escape, because like they'll redo one last time to bring everyone back, all of the visionaries, which you are one of the visionaries, by the way. So you have to kill yourself at the end. It'll bring everyone back, but the scariest part about it is that no one knows how much time has passed at all. Literally no one. Not even Colt, who was out there for 17 years. So, no, the outside world.
Wait, so the loop keeps happening even though normal time just continues?
The loop keeps happening in a section of reality.
Gotcha.
And everywhere around it keeps going on.
It's like a
nothing
domain
happened.
expansion type shit.
Yeah.
Gotcha. All right. Pretty sick.
Hold on. Now, let me just show you. So, Noel.
Yes.
I know that you don't mind spoilers, which is why I'm going to send you this.
All right.
This is the thing that we see, and we have a short conversation.
Oh, what the hell?
Not really. This is. Look at this guy.
Bam.
Yep.
Jesus Christ.
So anyway, their fears weren't unfounded.
Yeah.
The like decision here is: do you keep your friends out of the loop, but continuously living like what they assume to be a safe life for the rest of eternity, just without their memories, or do you possibly subject them to something way worse and effectively kill them yourself?
Yeah. Jeez.
After literally killing them yourself. Which these are your friends. Like, we hear from, like, voice tapes and shit. Like, Cole is originally their friend.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't know why I keep saying Cole.
Colt.
Alright, anyway. I'm done.
I guess now I'll go over my final and top favorite character of all time. And right before I do that, I want to give a few...
Oh my god, you fucking spoiled it, lol.
Slow down.
It's so funny.
Slow down. A few honorable mentions is Yorick, Timo, and Luisa. Yorick and Timo being from League, and Luisa being from Encanto.
Shit, Luisa's
fucking
great.
A beast. Like, she's so cool. Along with Aatrox having one of the coolest characters I've ever seen in League of Legends, and that's including like Arcane and stuff.
Like, really?
Yeah. Have you actually gone through his story and like why he does what he does? Like, it's pretty fucking sad. Like, honestly. Like, okay, the quick rundown is basically he's a man trapped in a sword who is cursed with eternal life and suffering. And the only way he sees to end this is to kill everything that has ever existed. He is the world ender. That is it. Timo, he's just a cool like concept. He's a really chipper guy. He's really cool, and unfortunately, until he gets onto the battlefield, once he gets on the battlefield, he is a mass murdering solo who goes through doing missions solo and just murdering everyone he comes across. He is just a complete artifact of war. And then Luisa is one of the characters in Encanto. She has the ability of super strength, and she basically makes that her personality, and no one sees her except the strong person.
I'm the strong one. Okay, that's all I can say without getting copyright struck.
Pretty much. But yeah, no. If you haven't heard her song, go listen to Surface Pressure. It is amazing.
Nani? Sorry, Mandato.
What?
You
what
shut the fuck up.
Mandato, honey.
That is in the message.
Honey.
You don't say anything out loud.
What happened?
I got a gift on Steam.
Yo.
I got Pyre from Mandato.
Let's fucking go.
I'll absolutely stream it next week. Thank you so much.
Pyre is really fun. I just have a love-hate relationship with it because of certain things that happened when I first
I'm so sorry to interrupt.
Recording.
I didn't mean to.
No,
I'm sorry.
You're good. You're good. Because everyone could probably guess this. If it wasn't Potemkin, it was definitely this character. And my top character of all time, and which I still haven't finished the game for.
Yeah.
Is Yorha number 2 Type B, aka 2B from Nier Automata.
No, hold on. She's 02. 02B.
No, she's 2B.
Fuck you.
02 is... Well, 02 is an entirely different character from an entirely different series, but she is 2B. And I cannot express how much of an impact Nier Automata had on me. Nier Automata is now my favorite game of all time. And looking back on it, it was such... Well, I did the first run.
Sorry.
I did the first run.
Okay.
But I did finish the first run. I just didn't finish, playing as every other character in the fucking story. Because goddamn it.
Oh my god, you haven't done it yet?
No, I haven't. I'm gonna do it on stream, but I'm gonna do it a bit later into my streaming. But I did start 9S's playthrough.
Oh, so good.
On stream, but no, I'm not gonna do any more for a bit. Once I finish some more games, I'm gonna go back to it. But just story of Nier Automata.
Okay.
Is such a fucking ride, and the message behind it is even crazier. It's like, I don't even know if I can explain like every single message they get across. Right. Just the first message is the fact that humans got too big for their britches and created robots that they could not, or no, they didn't create robots. Actually, no. I'm getting this story completely wrong. No, they got invaded by robots and this and that happened. Actually, the story of Nier Automata is really confused. I mean, Nier is completely confusing.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm pretty sure Nier Automata is the last game, technically, in the timeline of Nier Replicant and then Nier Automata. But, no. The story of Nier Automata... I can't even explain like the message of the game. You just have to experience it yourself. But essentially you play as 2B. You end up on this mission to save an outpost of humans that are still on the Earth because the entire world has been overtaken by robots that were created by aliens. And so you are tasked with saving this outpost and making sure they stay alive, while you play as an android, battle droid that was created with basically no emotions. And through the game, 2B slowly develops emotions as 9S, who was coated with emotions, slowly brings those emotions out of her through them fighting side by side against specifically Adam and Eve, the main threats of the first run, and A2, which is a whole side story in itself.
Yeah, but it's effectively like a fuck, I don't know what I was gonna say. Never mind.
But God, that last scene, I won't say what that last scene I'm talking about is, but that last scene with 9S and 2B, oh, it brought it out of me. Like, holy shit.
I haven't played Nier.
Nier Automata?
Mm-hmm.
Or Nier, because Nier is a whole different
thing. No, Nier Automata, not the original Nier.
How much is Nier Automata right now?
No, I own it.
Oh, you own it? Oh, play it, dude.
Also, it's $40, and Nier Replicant is $30.
Dude, play Nier Automata. It's an amazing game.
Yeah, but like I can't find the motivation to play any of these single-player games that I should.
God. And I think that's the craziest thing. It's like, just despite everything that happens and everything that, like, that basically stops 2B from having emotions, she still does. And she still really cares about 9S. And it's just, it's such a good game, man. The combat's good. The theme song, which I'm going to go over, Weight of the World, is phenomenal. It's one of my favorite songs of all time. And it is just, I cry every time I hear the song. That's how much I love the song. I think the title says it all. Like, it's just a heavy song. But yeah.
All right.
Anyways, Vivi, you now have the floor for your final and favorite character.
All right. Here we go. My number one, my Ichiban, my Oshi. I'm talking about codename CV01, aka Hatsune Miku.
Oh my... What?
Holy shit.
Holy shit.
I am actually fucking...
I am actually extremely surprised. What the fuck?
I am so confused.
All right.
Oh my god.
What the fuck is happening?
What is happening? Oh my god.
All right.
Like I just got uppercut. What the hell? Okay.
Hatsune Miku is a synthetic voice program that utilizes Yamaha Corporation's Vocaloid 2, Vocaloid 3, and Vocaloid 4 singing synthesizing technologies. She was released in August of 2007, and I have been a fan since August of 2007. It's been that long, yes. She was developed by, she's a voice bank developed by Krypton Future Media. I mean, everyone knows who Hatsune Miku is.
Yeah, everyone does. Like, everyone might not know who Tsubi is. Everyone might not know who Potemkin is. Everyone knows who Hatsune Miku is.
Everyone knows who she's teamed up with Domino's, Yamaha, Good Smile Racing, Good Smile
Domino's?
Company. Yes, Domino's in Japan.
Wait, I need to look this up.
Yes.
Domino's. Deliver Domino's. Send your cutest delivery girl. It's just Hatsune Miku.
Yeah, so the app featured Hatsune Miku in 2013.
I see the app. It has Hatsune Miku's face on it next to a Domino's symbol.
That was a great crossover. But what about the Reggie and Hatsune Miku crossover, though?
Holy shit.
The what?
Okay, hold on. It was for Nintendo.
I can't find it. I mean, she's just iconic. For people that don't know and don't have no idea what the fuck I'm talking about, Miku is a name given to a voice bank, which then creators take this voice bank and they make their own songs using her voice. So there's tons of producers out there that are utilizing these voice banks. There's not just one, there's a bunch of them now. There's 100 of them now. But Miku
we have a friend named Glass who
is
the Vocaloid mixer of our group.
Can we get Glass in here? Are they in game?
You mean are they still in Clash?
Yeah, well, yeah, I know. Okay, yeah, they're in game.
Hold on, give me 1 sec.
Yo, actually, wait. Maybe we can get Glass in here to talk about Hatsune Miku with you, because
Oh my god.
Glass is actually like dead ass, like full Vocaloid producer,
That's incredible.
and he's very adamant about it. Like thousands of dollars into Vocaloid
Wow,
stuff.
yeah.
Hi.
Oh, shit.
Yo, it's Glass.
Glass.
It's Adam.
Oh, hi.
Glass, it's Adam. Everyone welcome Glassworks, aka Adam. What is the
Hello.
ups?
Hi there.
This
Alright,
is
Adam.
Vivi the Witch. And
So
we're
Vivi's-
discussing Vivi's favorite character of all time.
Hatsune
Okay.
Miku.
Oh, it's so easy sometimes. Just winning all the time.
Oh my god. So if people on stream don't know, Glass God, why the fuck is your profile picture like this?
Hey, if I talk,
you mean the grandma?
then
Yeah,
the
true.
grandma edit plays.
Oh my god. Okay.
It's perfect.
Anyway,
It's amazing.
so Glassworks here is like has their own YouTube channel with all their own music, Vocaloid music, covers, you know, all the like.
Wow.
And yeah, so continue on Hatsune Miku.
So there's over 100,000 released songs, over 170,000 uploaded YouTube videos, and over 1 million created artworks of Hatsune Miku. She has a whole rhythm game series based on the songs that these people created that were then taken and put into this game for people to play. I'm a huge fan of the rhythm game. I mean, you guys have seen me play it on stream a million
Project
times.
Diva.
Project Diva, I'm a big fan. I haven't played it in a while. I
Here's
should.
a Hatsune Miku cosplayer standing on a box of dominoes.
Holy shit. I love that. Reasons why I like her. I mean, I've liked her since the beginning, and we're going back into like my childhood at this point. Like, I've been a fan since the beginning, since I started discovering the stuff probably in 2008. I mean, she was released in 2007.
Wow, the beginning.
Yeah, like
Jesus.
the beginning. Yeah, like
Yeah.
I'm an OG fan. But she's portrayed as an adorable 16-year-old girl who just wants to sing and make people happy. I mean, she's wholesome as fuck.
Serene but good.
Yeah, like she's
She's
wholesome
an
as
idol.
fuck.
She's a Japanese.
Yeah, exactly. She's a virtual idol.
She was
That's
like the original VTuber, but not without an actual person behind them.
right, exactly.
Fun fact, 2008 Miku Fan is truly the OG because the blow up song World Is Mine came out in 2009.
Yep.
And that's
World
kind
Is
of that's when
Mine
she
came
blew
out
up.
in 2009. Oh
Yeah.
my
Yeah, there
god,
was a
I'm gonna
strange
have to
2-year
leave. I feel old.
There was
You
a
feel old.
I feel old.
there was a
Shut
2-year
up!
period
I listened
where
to The World Is Mine so much as a kid. It's such a good song.
real.
Like playlist song right there.
Bruh.
What was like the original songs that came out like
There
like, released?
I don't
Made.
actually know. I'm
Like
sure I
World
could.
Is Mine, obviously, but what else?
Melt was a big one.
Yeah, I mean, there's so many. There's World Is Mine. There's, oh my
Rio
god.
kind of just like blew up Hatsune Miku super hard.
Yeah.
Oh, well, that was 2012, but
Oh my god.
let's see. Yeah, I mean,
It's just, she's huge.
real.
She's amazing. I love her.
have
I have
some-
figures. I have T-shirts. I listen to the music every day.
Do you have Hatsune Miku figure?
I have
I do.
Hatsune
She's
Miku
really
figures.
cute.
That's true. Absolutely true.
I mean, she's just my girl through and through, and she has been since the beginning. So
Man,
that's why I like Miku.
my introduction to Vocaloid was so scuffed. It was in 2016 via strange niche mobile gotcha game collaboration. I was like, yo, sick girl with blue hair in. And
what
I
gotcha game?
it was called Unison League. It's still
Unison League?
active. I stopped playing 2 years ago because I got super hard power crept, as they tend to be. But it was so fucking fun, and I was just like, yo.
My God.
Yeah.
Man, that is a really easy way to like get people to play a gacha game. It's like make a collaboration with literally anyone.
For mobile gacha games, there's like 3 collaborations, and it's Evangelion, Hatsune Miku, and like Attack on Titan or something.
Oh yeah, I mean,
there's
what's
like
it called?
3
Kobayashi's
series.
Dragon Maid is starting to get in there too.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I guess Kobayashi is pretty popular.
Oh yeah.
A little bit. Just a little bit.
Just a little. Just a tiny bit.
God. Well, anyway, if you want to stay, I know you guys are still in Clash, I think.
No, we finished. We stomped literally everyone.
Holy
I first timed Malphite mid and went 7-1.
Oh my God.
Wait, did you guys completely win your bracket?
Yes. Yes, we literally hard stomped every game. It was an absolute mess.
Okay.
All right.
Yeah. Every team banned like Nasus. They banned Eli's champs every game, so we just got free reign.
Oh, pretty much. Fair enough.
Yeah. Like,
let's ban the guy who hasn't played in like a month.
Yeah, and he also stomped every game too, so.
Fair enough. Yeah, so feel free to stay for the rest of the podcast. If you don't want to, that's fine. Go ahead and go back to League. And
I'm going to bed, but thank you for calling me in here.
Good night, Adam.
All right, good night, everyone.
Good night.
Good night, Epic Pickle. Okay.
Adam Epic Pickle. God damn it. Anyway, we'll roll right into the next one. It is Mandato. You have the floor for your final and favorite character of all time.
Pardonnez-moi, mon ami. Mais maintenant, je dois parler d'un Dante. Dante. There we go.
Del Monte?
No, so... The Count of Monte Cristo is a book written in 1844 by the French author Alexandre Dumas, who also happened to have written another very famous book, of course, being The Three Musketeers. 20 years after, and a few other. He was a very good writer. And the protagonist of the Count of Monte Cristo is Edmond Dante, the titular count. The Count of Monte Cristo is the pinnacle of a revenge story. And Edmond Dante for the pinnacle character of a revenge story. It is what every revenge story from that point forward is compared to, and continues to be compared to today. So let's talk about him, my favorite character in fiction. Edmond Dante was a young fisherman about to be married. When he was delivering a letter from his captain who had died on board one of their adventures, he was betrayed 4 separate times by 4 separate people.
Jesus Christ.
Once and first by danglers, and also by not really a friend, more like a friend in, like, I guess, evilness? What's the best way to say that? Whatever. Mondego, Ferdinand is the other one, who wanted to marry his wife, right? So there are 2 characters, Danglars and Montenegro. Montenegro wanted to marry his wife, or Ferdinand, whatever, is what I call him, or Mercedes' cousin, and wanted to marry her. And Danglers wanted his spot because Dante was going to be the captain of the ship, the new captain. So they hatched a plan to switch out the letter for one that they forged. Then they gave it to the police. The next person to betray him, know him personally. Villeford, the deputy crown prosecutor, betrayed him, or rather his duty, by taking this clearly fake letter and making an arrest on the person who was to deliver it. This letter that was forged was a letter of literally treason against the state, saying that Napoleon was going to... It's effectively a letter from Napoleon to, like, his supporters, and is giving instructions on how to help him return. So it's against the crown. Therefore, Dante is sent to Chateau d'If, which is what is basically fucking Alcatraz, and on an island, for a crime he didn't commit. Finally, after he is gone, he betrays him by marrying the same person that sent him off, and also by abandoning his father, who could no longer help himself and therefore died. So, Dante is trained by what is effectively a mentor called Faria. He was thought to be insane or whatever. He was trained in everything from the arts to the sciences to ethics. And he also had his mind opened when that was since of great character and of great personage, but very naive. That was when Faria pointed it out. He first realized he was betrayed. So when he eventually left, he swore revenge. By the way, I do want to mention, he left by being thrown out in a body bag that was supposed to hold his former mentor. Because they don't bury the dead, they throw them into the sea. So he swore his revenge, took literally years, building wealth and influence, before coming back and taking on a new persona of the Count of Monte Cristo, which is a small nothing island. So he's effectively calling himself the, like, more or less the king of a island.
The king of nothing.
The king of nothing. So he comes into all of these people's lives with wealth, power, influence, very disciplined, very powerful. No one recognizes him. And from that point forward, he manipulates himself into everyone's life to ruin it in the worst way he can. But the most fitting. He considers himself to be the angel of vengeance. Dante has died. So, I love the character for many, many reasons. Whether it be his intelligence, whether it be his discipline, whether it be the fact that for several in the story, whenever a revenge goes awry and people are hurt, more people than he intended, or when his former wife pleads with him, he shows pity and mercy, and he shows more so than anything that he doesn't want to do this, but he feels obligated to now, being that he's been done. So in the end, he gets his revenge on all three, with the exception of his wife. One hangs himself. One loses everything, all of his money, and is left on the side of a road. And one poisons himself. Well, is poison, I should say. So 2 dead and 1 despot. And in the end, he travels off, forgetting that this has ever happened. Well, rather, living a new life as if nothing happened. And also helping the 1 people that never betrayed him. Or rather, the son and daughter. Giving them effectively half his wealth. For just being a good person. And in short, that's kind of the Count of Monte Cristo. It's a very long novel, so it's very hard all of it. But that's about the shortest way that I could describe it.
Did you see what was said in chat?
I didn't.
Pale Arrow says the Count deserved what happened to him.
The Count. Do you mean Dante?
He says the Count. That is all he says. That's why I was laughing. That's why I was laughing while you were explaining this elaborate revenge story about the King of Nothing.
Effectively, yeah.
The Count of Monte Cristo. It's just I just saw that in the middle of it. And I was like,
it's almost treated like a joke because it's effectively like calling yourself the king of islands and just showing up like, yo. Like, oh, okay.
I'm the king of this island in the middle of nowhere. Bucko.
Buckaroo. So anyway, yeah. He grows wealth, influence, manipulates a lot of people, but in the end, somehow fucking saves more people than he destroys.
What? How does that happen?
He saves an entire family, for one. And every single person who has interacted with these people, like all of their family or closest associates, despise them in some way or are being harmfully influenced by them. And so by freeing them from them, he makes their lives better. Like, for example, Danglars' daughter is gay. And Danglars sort of knows this, but is denying it and trying to marry her off. So eventually, after he loses enough influence, she just runs away with her lover. And a lot of other shit happens, right, during that. But they eventually do literally live happily ever after because he has no power to follow them. Because all of his power was taken away.
Oh yeah, that guy.
For another person, he literally saved their life. They had a horrible medical condition, but yeah, he learned a lot of chemistry. And also, they were their parents were treated, at least not properly, because she was being poisoned. So he literally saves and makes more lives than he destroys. And so it's very interesting because you can view it from 2 lenses in the same way that you can view Jinx, I guess, but not the literal same way. In that, or I guess Silco is a better example, in that all of this literally could just be an allowance to make his guilt go away from doing all of this. And to make it as clean as possible because these people are learning about him. And if they know too much and think that he's a bad person, he'll be reported to the police and taken away again. Or he could still be the Edmond Dante that he always was, formerly, and be a good person. And be doing all of this out of the goodness of his heart. We never get to see internal monologue, rather. We only see the effects that he has on the world, so we are never truly sure whether or not he is a great person or whether or not he's just smart.
Well, all right then.
We do, however, see that he is just because
Yeah. Well, goddamn.
So yeah. Anyway, that's the Count of Monte Cristo. I took, I think, 10 minutes to explain that.
Doesn't Edmond Dante, is that a fan-made thing or is that an actual character? Doesn't Edmond Dante have a fake character?
That Edmond Dante has a fake character in the same way that Leonardo da Vinci has a fake character. Technically, he's Edmond Dante.
But not in the way that we know him?
Definitely not.
I see.
For one, Edmond Dante is a very skilled fighter in terms of sword combat and gun, just pistol.
Mm-hmm.
And has been trained to the limit because he's like fucking doing push-ups and sit-ups, and also was a sailor and just he basically just kept his sailor body in jail. But like sailors are buff, man.
Yeah.
Especially back then. So yeah, I mean, he's definitely very strong. 8 Dante is an edgelord. Like an actual edgelord, not like Dante whenever he's like putting on a
looks like a fucking
guy and is trying to be like, yeah, I mean literally. Also, Dante is like, anyway,
his alignment is chaotic evil.
Oh yeah.
God.
My point being that this takes Dante's like angel of vengeance literally, and just tries to make him as close to that as possible, and just removes the part where he's trying to be subtle. And also, and much more importantly,
apparently he was part of a fake Grand Order campaign.
Right, okay. It gives him shadow claws, Noel.
Yeah.
He fights with shadow claws. He doesn't fight with guns or swords. He fights with shadow claws that he summons. And also he laughs maniacally all the time.
God. So edgy. He's so incredibly edgy. Holy shit.
The only picture of Edmond Dante that I would consider to be like canon Dante out of all of like these pictures of the fake Go character would be, hold on. Where is it? It's the T picture. Hold on.
Oh, that's why he looks like a Danganronpa character, because he's literally drawn by the guy who does the concept art for Danganronpa.
Danganronpa. Yes, he is.
Huh.
No, but the most accurate portrayal of Dante possible, or the shortest way that I can say it, is what if Sherlock got really, really mad at someone? Like enough to want to kill them, but even more so than kill them, just ruin them. That's Dante.
Gotcha.
He's about as skilled as Sherlock. He's as wealthy and influential as Sherlock. No one quite knows his background. Basically everything, except he doesn't have a partner. A Watson to... I don't know. I really love the story. And I've talked about it for a little too long.
I mean, fair enough. That was the last character that we had to go over, so.
Yeah, we have 10 minutes.
That was fine.
9, I guess.
Did you read the original or the shortened version? Michael says.
I read the original.
Gotcha. Wait, how long is the original story, anyways?
I think it was 900 pages.
900 pages? Jeez.
700 is or 750, I think, is the abridged, which just removes a little bit. It's sort of like One Piece, where not Dragon Ball Z Kai, where it just cuts down on some of the fat.
Mm-hmm.
Which isn't necessarily a good thing, but it is a thing. Yeah. Regardless, Yeah.
What is that? Hello? Is everyone there?
I'm here.
Okay. I don't know what happened. I think he just disconnected.
Maybe.
Yeah. Well, anyway, I think that's actually a good place to wrap it up since we got through our topics, we got through all the sections, and yeah, seems like a pretty good place to wrap it up.
Okay,
So,
sounds good.
Do you have anything else to say, Vivi?
I do not. I have nothing else to say other than thank you for having me.
Well, thank you for coming on.
Of course, anytime.
Still staring at this picture of fucking Miku on the pizza box.
Miku standing on the pizza box. The funny thing is I had Domino's for dinner tonight.
Oh my god. I had to stop ordering Domino's because I was ordering Domino's a little too much.
I haven't had Domino's in years.
Should get some Domino's.
It was really
It's like
good.
the most 6 out of 10 pizza ever.
Oh, it's so good though.
Well, there goes Mandato. So
There goes Mandato.
anyways, everyone, thank you for watching. This has been the Degeneration Podcast, the podcast for the degenerate generation. And we're signing off. See you guys.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Say bye, Mandato.
My internet went out.
Yeah, I know. I could tell. Say bye.
Oh, bye? Okay.